All right, so for this explainer, we're continuing our series looking at some of London's most incredible grassroots charities. And today we're focusing on an organization called Listening Ears, which is actually celebrating its 20th anniversary. Now, in a time when a lot of big charities have come under fire for how they spend their money, Listening Ears is just, well, it's a breath of fresh air. The directors are unpaid, and every single pound they raise goes directly into their projects. They are the definition of a small charity with a massive impact. Just think about that for a second. For a lot of us, the pandemic was maybe the first time we really understood what true isolation felt like. It was this strange, shared experience. But what we need to remember is that for millions of people, especially older people, loneliness isn't just a phase. It's their day-to-day reality. It's this quiet, hidden crisis happening all around us. And that is the exact crisis that Listening Ears was created to fight. So let's start by just getting a handle on the sheer scale of this problem. Because this isn't just about feeling a bit down. We're talking about a genuine public health emergency that has some really severe consequences. That number is just staggering, isn't it? Nearly 1 million people. That's 1 out of every 14 older people in the UK. And for many of them, that loneliness means they can go a whole week, sometimes longer, without speaking to a single friend or family member. It's a level of isolation that's hard to even imagine, and it's happening right in our own neighborhoods. And the impact isn't just emotional, it is profoundly physical. We're talking about a much higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and even dementia. It's just such a clear, powerful reminder of how deeply connected our mental and our physical health really are. Loneliness is a destructive force. But against this pretty bleak backdrop, a really powerful human-sized solution started to emerge. And this wasn't some big government program, no. It all started with a single person's act of kindness that just lit a spark. So the founder of Listening Ears is a woman named Toyin Ogunbanjo. And one day she was at the post office and she saw an elderly lady waiting to cross a really busy road. Toyin went in, did her thing, and when she came out 20 minutes later, the woman was still there. She was absolutely terrified to cross the road. And she told Toyin that to get to the other side safely, she would usually have to get on a bus, ride it all the way to the end of the line, and then stay on it for the journey back just to get off on the right side of the street. In that one moment, Toyin saw this hidden, lonely reality and just knew she had to do something. And from that one spark, from that one encounter, Listening Ears was born. The whole charity is guided by this simple, beautiful idea, sharing the burden. So let's take a look at how they actually put that idea into practice. At the heart of what they do are the Feel Good Centers in Abbey Wood and Thamesmead. Now, these aren't just quiet community halls. They are these vibrant, weekly hubs for people over 50 to get together and connect. They have gentle exercise sessions every week to help with mobility. And once a month, they put on this huge cultural buffet where everyone brings food and just shares stories. For so many people, it's an absolute lifeline. This quote really says it all, and it perfectly introduces their next project, which is called Community Angels. So what happens if someone is too frail or they're housebound and they can't physically get to a feel-good center? Well, this center comes to them. Volunteers will visit people in their own homes just to offer an hour of friendship and conversation. For someone who is totally isolated, you can imagine that one weekly visit means everything. But what's amazing is their work doesn't stop with the elderly. They've got this fantastic partnership with Sainsbury's, and through that, they run a vital food bank that supports over 100 families every year. And for 10 years, they also ran something called the Rosebud Center for Girls, which empowered over 1,000 young women. It just goes to show their deep commitment to the entire community, from 5 years old all the way to 95. And then you have these moments of just pure, unadulterated joy, like their annual day trip to the seaside. For a lot of the members, this is the absolute highlight of their year. One woman who went on the trip told the team she hadn't seen the sea in 35 years. Think about that. These are the kinds of experiences that create lasting memories and just blast loneliness out of the water. Okay, so we've heard the human stories, which are so powerful. But now let's look at the numbers, because the impact this one small local charity has managed to have is, well, it's truly incredible. Over £1 million. That is how much Listening Ears has raised since it started. And you have to remember, because of their unique model, all of that money has been plowed directly back into supporting the people of Greenwich. 20 years. That's 2 decades of continuous, unbroken service. They've been there, adapting and growing to meet the needs of their community, year in, year out. And they are consistent. Just look at this. They've delivered over 1,500 of those feel-good sessions alone. That adds up to thousands and thousands of hours of friendship, connection, and support. And all of this is built on one simple foundation: trust. With unpaid directors and a rock-solid commitment to making sure every penny goes into their services, Listening Ears is the definition of transparent. In fact, you can go and look up their finances yourself right now on the Charities Commission website. It's a model built on pure integrity. And that trust is recognized by everyone. I mean, they're supported by some major organizations: the National Lottery, the City Bridge Foundation, Peabody, as well as loads of local businesses. This shows they're not just some small group. They are a respected pillar of their community. So that brings us to the final and honestly the most important part of all of this. After seeing all the incredible work they do, you might be thinking, okay, how can I get involved? Well, it's actually pretty straightforward. There are three main ways you can make a real difference. You can donate to help fund all these vital services, you can volunteer your time, maybe become a community angel, or you can start your own fundraiser to help spread the word. And the best part about donating is you know exactly where your money is going. It's not disappearing into some vague administrative black hole. No, it's paying for the food in the food bank. It's covering a volunteer's bus fare to visit someone who's housebound. It's paying to hire the room for the socials. It's direct, it's tangible, and it has an immediate impact. Or, you can get creative. Just look at this. People are out there running half marathons, organizing group walks. Every single effort, no matter how big or small, helps to weave a stronger, more connected community for everyone. So really, this is so much more than a charity. It's a story of connection and compassion that has been unfolding for 20 years. And the real question now is, will you become a part of its next chapter? To make a donation, to sign up to volunteer, or even just to learn more about their incredible work, please go and visit their website. It's www.listeningears.org.